Hi, and welcome to Learn How to Meditate. This is the third episode, and these are sequential. So, if this is your first time, I recommend that you go to the beginning and start from there. I'll explain what's going on. In this channel, basically, we are going to just do the exercises and tools. We're not going to be talking about theory or anything like that. Actually, we're going to learn how to build our consciousness in a step by step way. So, this is the third episode, and my name is Joel Skipper. I'll be your host and your teacher. And we have Lenny with us. Say hi, Lenny.
Hello, welcome, and welcome back to the people who have been with us already. Thank you.
All right, perfect. And we'll be right back. Okay, so we left off the last one from the fingertips to the wrist. Uh, we are going to the structure of how we're going to continue. Because the first couple we just had to get to being able to do that, what we're going to be doing. Um, we're going to go over kind of like it's going to seem like a review, but we're going to practice what we've done so far, and we're going to be doing it pretty quick because it's just a review. And this is actually part of how it makes it, you know, you how you learn so quickly. So, anyways, eventually, because we're gonna do more and more and more, it'll take up to like, probably half of the 30 minutes doing it. And then we'll add more the last 15 minutes. Okay. And we'll go from there. So we'll go ahead and do what we've already done. So we've done from the fingertips all the way to the shoulder and back, right? All the way to the shoulder, elbow, wrist, fingertips, and back. And then this point to the shoulder and back. And back to the fingertips and to the elbow and shoulder and back to the fingertips. Good. All right. So we left off on the hand, on the right hand. So we're gonna go from the fingertips to the wrist and back to the fingertips and to the wrist and to the fingertips. And one more time. This time we're going to pull away and point down to the wrist and back up to the fingertips and down to the wrist and back up to the fingertips. Good. How was that?
Right.
Good, good. Okay. So your job, Lenny's job, and everybody that's taking this journey with us is to be as observant as you possibly can. So, is there any difference? There is. What is it? Try to quantify it. And yeah, just be as observant as you can and try to remember. You'll see. You'll get it. All right. So let's go ahead and go to the next one. We're going to go from the fingertips to the elbow, back to the fingertips, to the elbow, into the fingertips. Back to the elbow. This time we're going to pull hand away, point to the wrist, to the elbow, back to the wrist, to the fingertips, all the way to the elbow, back to the fingertips, down to the elbow, and to the fingertips. Good. Just notice how that feels. Most meditative qigong, you do action, whatever the movement is, then you sit with it and notice. So when we do this, just notice what's going on, what's not going on. All right, we're gonna go ahead and go to the next. We're gonna go all the way to the shoulder, fingertips to the elbow, to the shoulder, back to the fingertips, to the elbow, shoulder, and back to the fingertips. And one more time to the elbow, to the shoulder, and back to the fingertips. We're gonna pull away and point from the fingertips to the elbow, to the shoulder, to the elbow, to the wrist, to the fingertips. Back down to the elbow and shoulder, and back up to the fingertips. And one more time, come all the way down to the elbow, the shoulder, and back up to the fingertips. Okay. How's that feel?
Yeah. It's like I have more and more awareness. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And next, we're going to go all the way to the heart. And generally believed not to leave a lot of energy in your heart in the beginning. Whether that is true or not, I haven't tried it. um, so we're going to bring it, our awareness to the heart, and we're going to bring it back to the fingertips. Okay. All right. So for fingertips to the elbow, to the shoulder, to the heart, and back to the elbow, wrist, fingertips, and back down to the elbow, shoulder, and heart, and back to the fingertips, really feeling inside as you pass over, going into the heart, and back to the fingertips, and then point from fingertips to the elbow, to the shoulder, to the heart, and back to the elbow, wrist, fingertips, and back down to the elbow, shoulder, heart, and back to the elbow, wrist, fingertips. And one more time to the elbow, shoulder, heart, and back to the elbow, wrist, fingertips. Good. Okay. Was there any difference from going just to the shoulder and now going to the heart?
Feel like I get more and more relaxed
Hmm.
and aware. So
Hmm.
yeah, I read something like question. So yeah, some people ask, Joel, it's so is it okay to, just close your eyes and see, your arms? But you're not pointing. Yeah, you're pointing, but you're closing your eyes. Would that
Uh,
be fine?
well, I would say no. Do open your eyes and look at it. Later on,
In
you
the
do.
beginning.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, because we're building this in as a system to be able to tell the difference. There's a reason why we're looking. It's not just so it's easier for you. Maybe you do it better with your eyes closed. So it's not for you to do it better. It is a tool that we're going to be using. So it's important for us to, do exactly what I'm asking you to do because it's probably for a different reason than what you think. So just trust me on this journey. you know, I'm not asking for you to believe me. Like I'm asking for you to change your beliefs or anything. Just trust me on these exercises and doing the way that I'm asking. If you don't understand, please ask because it's that's why I'm here. Try to get you to actually do the exercises. So I know if you do the exercises that you're going to get the results and because I've tested this and yeah. Anyways, so let's go ahead and get back to doing the exercises. All right. So we're gonna go to the other hand. We're gonna go from the fingertips all the way to the elbow, shoulder, heart, and back to the elbow, wrist, fingertips, and to the elbow, shoulder, heart, and back to the fingertips. And one more time to the elbow, shoulder, heart, and back to the fingertips. And this time we're going to point fingertips, wrist, elbow, shoulder, heart, back to the elbow, wrist, fingertips, down to the elbow, shoulder, heart, back to the shoulder, elbow, wrist, fingertips, back down to the elbow, shoulder, heart, and all the way back up to the fingertips. All right. How was that?
Yeah. Getting more, can feel more and more.
Good. Good.
Yeah. But I saw another question. Someone might be confused. So yeah, question was like, Joel, what am I supposed to feel? Am I getting it right? Yeah.
You are supposed to feel what you're feeling, whatever it is, and whatever it's not. It doesn't really matter. You are where you're at, and it doesn't. It's not like you have to be somewhere else. I don't know if that makes any sense, but just notice where you are at and how it does feel. And notice as we do the exercises, does it feel different later? Just do the exercises and notice what you are feeling. And I guarantee you over time, you'll see the difference and you will increase. You have to. And if you're asking that question and you're most definitely at level zero, and there's nothing wrong with that. Most people are just because they don't know that this is a part of them and they have access to it. They don't know this. So it's just new. So it's not bad, but that's where you're at. And if you are at level zero, you can't feel on the inside of your body. That's why we're using the sense of touch to piggyback it and jumpstart it. So if you can't feel it, go back to the knuckle, start at the basics. I promise you, if you keep doing that, eventually you are going to be able to move your awareness around the knuckle and you'll understand what I'm talking about after that. But just keep doing it. Go back down, pull away, look at it, point as you go around. You can't feel it. Put your finger back down. Okay. All right. So we're gonna. Did that answer the question?
Yes. Thank you, Joel.
Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and go back. We're gonna try to get as much as we can. Uh, so we're gonna go from all the way to the heart, and now we're gonna go down to the solar plex. But we're gonna try to feel the heart a little bit better. So the heart, it's not like the physical heart. It's kind of off to the left side, and this is right in the middle. Okay. So we're gonna go put our hands, touch the middle, the front, and then we're gonna take our other hands. If you can't, for whatever reason, reach your back, you can like put like a tennis ball or a ball or something on the chair or on the wall where you can pitch your back up against it, and you can put it in the right spot, and you can feel that. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go take our awareness from one fingertip to the other side. So we're gonna go from the front to the back, to the front, to the back, to the front, to the back, front, back, front, back, front, back. Good. Okay. Could you feel that?
Yeah, I do.
Good.
Mm.
Good. It's undoubtedly a little bit more difficult when you go to the body, moving from the hands. The hands are much more sensitive. It's much, there's a lot more space in the body because you get away from the sensation of the skin. Okay, so now we're going to go from the sides, kind of like just estimate where your heart center would be. Put it right in the middle of the body. We're going to go from one side to the other side. So from the left to the right, to the left, 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 to the right. Good. All right. Now you're going to focus on the heart again. All right. So now we're going to go down to the solar plex. So the solar plex is most people have a little bone protruding at the sternum at the end. And it's right there, maybe a little below it, maybe right on it, whatever. Just whatever feels good for you is fine. So you want to touch the front, and you want to do the same thing we did with the heart. Put your hand or the ball or whatever in the area that's opposite of that. And we're going to go from the front to the back, front, back, front, back, front, back, front, back, front, back. Good. Okay. And go ahead and go to the next one. We're going to go to the sides, from the left to the right, from the left to the right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Good. Okay. All right. Now let's go from the heart to the solar plex. Try to feel right in the middle. Well, first, let's go into the heart. Go from the sides. Make that cross. And feel right in the middle. That's where we want to be. And then let's go to the solar plex. Make that cross. Feel right in the middle. And we'll go from the heart to the solar plex, to the heart, 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 and to the solar plex. Relax. If that was too quick, you can slow it down. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and do that. And it's good. It's always good we're talking about exercise and consciousness. It's good for variety is always going to be the best. All right. So let's go real slow from the heart to the solar plex. For some people, you'll be able to feel them both. And then back to the heart and to the solar plex. All right, good. All right. Now we're going to go from the fingertips to the solar plex and back. Okay, ready? The fingertips, elbow, shoulder, heart, solar plex, and back to the heart, shoulder, elbow, fingertips, elbow, shoulder, heart, solar plex, heart, shoulder, elbow, fingertips, elbow, shoulder, heart, solar plex, and back. And this time we're going to point, elbow, shoulder, heart, solar plex, and back to the elbow, wrist, fingertips, and back to the shoulder, heart, solar plex, and back to the shoulder, elbow, wrist, fingertips. And one more time, all the way to the solar plex and back to the fingertips. Good. All right. How was that?
In my case, it's really good and kind of relaxing. But someone here says she felt like a burning sensation
Mm,
around the solar plexus.
mm,
How was that, Joel? Is she okay with,
sure. Yeah.
yeah?
Yeah, you're gonna feel lots of things because you're bringing attention and so attention and intention to this area that you haven't noticed before. So you're going to notice a lot of new things, but they're not really new. They're already happening. They've been happening. You just haven't been conscious of it. So now you're becoming conscious of it. And it seems like it's new stuff, but just relax. I promise you, everything's going to be okay. Um, keep doing the exercises. You're going to keep growing and getting more consciousness, and you'll be able to observe more. So you'll understand more. You'll understand it. I promise you. This process here of, you know, just doing the exercises and not worrying about the theories and and all the, stuff that you can't prove and who's right and who's wrong. I mean, you can't get any more basic than training, and that's what we're doing. We're doing training to build skills. Skills is consciousness, the ability to manipulate what you are observing. There's some type of relationship there, and you're observing a cause and effect relationship, and you can change that. And that's what consciousness is. And we're building it in different perspectives inside ourselves. Just we're bigger than what we know, and there's a you can actually do stuff there, and it affects here because, as I said before, everything's attached. Okay. Um, I'm will answer the questions, but I'm not going to like spend a whole lot of time because we're going back into the exercises. Okay. So now we're going to go to where I call the lower center. Um, there's a lot of different names for it and different, you know, fields of study, spirituality and type of esoteric and meditations and stuff. I call it a lower center because that's what it is. It's a center point, and it's the lower of three that are important to us. Really important, more important than all the rest. So it's better to focus on these three, and that's the lower center, the middle center, and the upper center. These are your gates of awareness. And by opening them, you will reach, that's your enlightenment process. Most of the times, you won't feel the level one because you don't have enough awareness in the first place. I didn't for mine. I can look back now and see, oh, yeah, before that, I couldn't feel inside my body. I wanted to learn, wanted to for years, looking for, ways to do this. Um, Finally found it and stuff happened. But, number two, the heart, that's where most systems would consider enlightenment. And that is where you can be everywhere at once. And yeah, it's that's what it is. You're connected, so you can feel everything. You can manipulate stuff outside you. Level one, you can do it on the inside. Level two, you can do it on the outside. And yeah, level three kind of puts you more here in reality, so you can really start to do things um, associated with gravity and stuff like that. I don't know, that might sound crazy. Maybe you never heard about it. I don't really care. You can do the training and figure it out for yourself. I'm just telling you where I've been and what I can do. And I can teach people to do it. So believe what you want. So it matter to me. Okay. So let's go ahead and go back to the actual training and out of the blah, blah, blah stuff. So this time, let's do the cross on the lower center. Uh, it's different for everybody. Depends on your body. So you always want to work with what works best unless instructed otherwise, because sometimes it's not better to do what's feels the best. It needs to be accurate. But for this, we need to go with our feelings. Usually, it's about 2 inches or two finger lengths below your belly button, and in the very center. Now, it could be right where the belly button is. I mean, it's just in that area. It's close to your say it's usually it's close to your center of gravity and your mass, your center of mass. So it's like mostly in between those. But okay, so we're gonna touch the area in the back, and we're gonna go from the front to the back, to the front, 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 and to the back. And then let's do the sides, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Good. Okay. And then let's put our hands on the front. You can put one in the back if you want. And then fill right in the middle. And that is your lower center. And this is what we've been going after. What we're going to do, Gonna pull in our awareness all the way down to the lower center. Now we're gonna do something that's a little different. We're gonna separate our awareness. So when once it's down here, your awareness, you can feel down here, you're concentrating down here in your lower center. You want to, at the same time, start to feel back in your fingertips. And you want to get to where you can leave like 10% around that, just a little bit in the lower center, and have most of it at the fingertips again. And then we're going to go back down. And then we're going to leave 10%, go back, 10% back, fingertips, shoulder, heart, lower center. Hold it at the fingertips. Point. Okay. Now don't point. Leave it. You point if you want. Good. Okay. How was that?
Great. But someone says she feel like peeing. Sorry.
Okay. Well, you're going to feel sensations all the time. And maybe she needs to pee. Just saying.
Sorry, I laughed.
Okay. Well, I believe we're kind of at the end. We're about to run out of time. Sorry, I'm pretty sure this ran over 30 minutes. We're gonna try to keep them around 30 minutes, but I wanted to get to the lower center. And we really appreciate you being here. Promise you it's gonna get a lot more exciting as time goes on. You're gonna build this and you're gonna feel this, and you don't have to take anybody's word for it because it's immediate results. I guarantee it. All right. So come join us tomorrow. And until then, you all have a great day. Bye.
Thank you. See you.
All right. Well, we definitely enjoyed having you here with us today. And if you found value in what we're doing, please do leave a like and subscribe to our channel. And if you want to interact with us more, do go to joelskipper.com. In the blog, we try to do a live question and answer session on the weekends, usually on Saturdays. Sometimes we have to skip it. We might have something to do or whatnot, but try to do that every weekend just because, we don't do a lot of the talk. So do go and join us there, and we'll do a lot of the talk. All right. Well, we definitely enjoyed you. I just want to say it doesn't matter what level you're at, doesn't matter what difficulties you're going through in your life. Anybody can learn how to build their consciousness through learning how to meditate. And by doing that, we can reach higher states of enlightenment, and that will give us the power to do things that we can't do right now. So it definitely makes our life much easier. All right. Well, we definitely enjoyed you, and make sure you enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.